It is a great Tuesday morning where we're seeing a little bit of positivity in the markets. Let me go ahead and go live here. So we're seeing a little bit of positivity in the markets today. Just a little bit, not something that's crazy, but it's good that we are seeing the positivity. We can definitely hit 15 today, and I'm thinking that we could surpass that. Maybe get to like 17 if we really wanted to. But as long as there's no manipulation, I think we should be fine. So let me go ahead and log into YouTube here. Let me see what's going on here. Hello Twitch, hello YouTube, hello TikTok. Got 7 people watching at the moment. 1 like. Make sure you hit that like button. Hopefully the latency is not off. Let's see. Let's edit this, the details. Let's just pick any photo. AMC. Oh, it's the same photo I just used for my video earlier today. So let's go with the standard one. We're talking about AMC, right? And GME and all those type of things. Yes, let's make some money. That's what it's all about. We got 46 people watching. Make sure you hit that like button, get more people in here. We have 3 people watching on TikTok. Thank you for joining over on TikTok. And we have how many people on Twitch? Probably not as many. Or maybe it is. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what that means. I don't know what secure the bag means. But thank you for that. We definitely have to secure the bag. We have 0 people right now on Twitch. 52 people on YouTube. Matt, question. Let me know your question. Go ahead, shoot. AMC 40 today. That would be amazing, but I don't know. Can't say that I see anything with this. You said they're shorting it. Are they shorting it heavily? I haven't really checked into that detail, but it doesn't look like we're seeing more of a bottom out. Maybe not. We are seeing quite a bit of an increase over the last couple of days, from $79 up to $96 or $100. So that could be a look. That could be something you could be. I'm interested in there. 93 people watching on YouTube. Continue to hit that like button, get more people in here. Hello on TikTok. How you guys doing, guys and gals? How's everybody doing? It's gonna be a good day, I think. I think it's gonna be a good day. Too bad you can't see my screen over here. I have to figure out a better way of, maybe setting this up, maybe doing the video this way so you can see how everything's working. Even though if you do see it that way, you might end up seeing a glare on the screen and you won't be able to see the screen anyway. So I have to secure the bag is like a donation. Oh, well, thank you for the donation. I appreciate that a lot. Okay, that's new. Watching here and at YouTube. Well, thank you for that. Thank you for watching in both places. Like I said, this quality looks really good compared to like what my 4K camera is showing. And I understand that, the Galaxy Note 10 is a good camera, but didn't think it was that good. Curious if you say trades. I did see it. He has 36,000 in AMC. I didn't watch the whole thing. I kind of I wanted to watch it last night, but I was busy like editing and getting things posted. And I actually put a video out last night, so I was like busy doing that. But I did see that he has 36,000 in it. I would say total for me, I have about 20, 25,000, 26,000 actually, in AMC. So I have quite a bit in AMC, about 1,700 shares, 1,750 shares in total. So I have about $26,000 in AMC as well. So yeah, I seen it. What did I think about the GME dip? It was kind of disgusting and great at the same time. Um, YouTube for the charts and TikTok for the HD quality. But yeah, I would say it was kind of disgusting and great at the same time, right? Because you're seeing a huge dip, but you do see a lot of potential with the GME. So like you can see that they're down to 200, which I don't want to see them push below 200. They've been fighting above that 200 mark for quite some time. So do not push below 200 at the moment. It's getting very close. But you probably have a lot of fighting power. You have a lot of people that are selling at 201, a lot of people that are selling at 202, which just went through. But you're very close to, you're 1 cent away from breaking 200. It did break 200. It's at 198. So this is looking, it looks disgusting and great at the same time. Because people will want to buy the dip. People are excited about bringing this price up as high as you possibly can. But yeah, it's tough to look at. Seeing that dip, it's tough to look at. And this is why I only wanted to test it with 2 shares. I did buy into GME with 2 shares. But this is why I wanted to test it at 240 to see where it was going to go. It did go up to 260, but then obviously now has gone down to 198, which we could see some positivity. This may just be a point to where hedge funds are focusing on one area. That's what I was thinking, that they may be trying to focus on one area, and you might see them focus on, AMC today. So I hope that's not the case. Do you think selling GME now and buying at a lower price would be better than keep holding? For your situation, if that works out, yes, but you can't always predict exactly what's going to happen there. You can't predict that GME will go down more than where it is. So like you can sell it, 200, and then all of a sudden it goes up to 220. Now what are you going to do? You're going to buy back in? Like it ends up being a horrible situation because now you just basically lost out on $20 per share that you owned. So it's very tough to gauge the market and understand exactly where it's going to go. My ears keep like throbbing or something. I sleep with a fan on, so that might be the issue. But yeah, I still think it could possibly go up. You might see it jump really quick. And if you wanted to do that, sell and drop down and then buy back in at a lower price, you can definitely do it, but it's very difficult to gauge it. Do your average down trick. Yeah, that's definitely a good deal. You could definitely do that, averaging down if you do have the extra money. Some people put everything they had into a certain price target, which is something you should never do. You should start with a certain portion, and then if you do feel like it is going down, you can average down, you can add to that position, or you can do my average down trick, basically scalping. If you don't know what that is, basically you're going to invest at the low points in order for it to drive up higher, and then sell those same amount of shares in order to lower your cost average. So you can continue to lower that cost average, which you can do with GME. And I'm going to end up doing that with GME as it starts to go down. That's what I'm looking for. So that's why I only put 2 shares into GME, and then I'll get into more as time goes on. Matt, I have 29 shares at $8.39. How can I buy more shares without having a higher cost basis? So you have to find points to where, this is where it ends up being tricky. So the only way that you can buy more shares without having a higher cost basis, it'll be a wash sale. So where you're at, it's at $14. If you feel like it's going to go from $14 down to $13, you would sell a portion at 14 and then get back in at 13, and that would lower your cost basis. But you have to get back in with all of the money that you took out. If you get back in with less money that you took out with the same amount of shares, you're going to have a higher cost basis because you invested at a higher price while selling at a lower price. So if you sell with some sort of a profit, let's say you have 1,000 shares and you sell 100 of those shares for a profit of $4 per share that you own, then basically you're going to be able to take that extra dollar that you gained, or the extra dollars that you gained, and put it into a lower price and gain a little bit more shares, which effectively lowers the cost average. So that's a way of doing it. Another way is obviously for it to drop down in price, and you investing into it at a lower price than where your cost average is. But mainly you probably want to do it that way, to where you sell 100 shares, get back in with the same dollar amount. So instead of 100 shares, now you're buying maybe 120 shares at a lower price, because you took that profit and put it into a lower amount, if that makes sense. GME is not doing really well, but I can definitely say that I see some positivity in GME. If they do end up dropping, it looks like they're really pushing between, trying to stay above 200, going a little bit below 200. I think that they can definitely make a comeback today, as long as we don't see a ton of manipulation. I think yesterday was a form of manipulation with GME, and they may be focusing all of their energy on GME to pull people out of it. And if they are, that's a great strategy for them, because I've seen it coming. So it is a great strategy for them. But if people end up selling, as much as they want them to sell, then it's not going to be great for retail investors. So just hold. I think you have to hold at this point, just to show your strength, because people are going to sell off and take the profits and get tired of holding. That's just how it goes. What do you think about CCIV today? So CCIV, where is it at? It was here. CCIV is now up 6%. So like I said in the past, I missed this entirely because I wanted to get in at $20, but I totally missed it. I wasn't even looking at it at all, which is definitely a great deal, because it went down to $20 and now is back up to $30. That's huge. You're seeing a little bit of a bottom out. So I'm seeing that increase, and then basically that kind of pump and dump, really. I understood that you pumped it up to here, and I expected it to come back to about where it started the pump at, but it ended up decreasing even more, and people started selling off a lot more. But now you're seeing that turnaround. You're seeing that increase. It's literally like a launching point. You hit this point at the bottom, and then you launch over, and now we're starting to see that 15 moving average cross over the 200 EMA. So it definitely looks like something that could continue to increase, maybe get up to that $40 mark, maybe $37 or so. It might test a couple of times. So let's see, it might end up testing at like 32, somewhere around this point here. So hopefully it can surpass that, but I'm not 100% sure. How's your day been, man? I've been good. I've been really good. What do you think about Uncle Bruce YouTube stream, or telling everyone to sell AMC yesterday? I think some people just they want to push their own position. Some people think that AMC is the sole reason to why GME is going down. And yes, you may have a lot of people that are interested in it, but it's not the sole reason. There was manipulation. There were people that were just tired of holding and decided to sell their positions. People that held a lot of the stock, maybe at low points, and now they're looking to cash out on that. And they're like, all right, well, I want to put it in something else. There are a lot of other opportunities out there, and I want to put it in something else. And they're not wrong. There are a lot of opportunities, but I don't think you should be telling people, hey, sell your AMC, even though like you see the positivity there. There's so much positivity. There's so much room to grow for AMC to basically do the same thing that GME did. In my opinion, I feel like it's the right thing to do, is to hold. Telling people to sell a certain position is financial advice. Don't give them financial advice. Uncle Bruce is where we part ways, my friend. What? AMC is a bait to drop AMC stock. that's not even close to what's actually happening. Not even close to what's actually happening. I can say that what did look like a bait was probably Rocket. Even though Rocket's making a little bit of a move this morning, it was probably more of a bait at that point. But AMC is definitely not a bait. It's something that has some serious potential. GME has serious potential as well. It was the first one to have serious potential, but it's not something that's getting in the way of GME. The thing that's getting in the way of GME is, let me go back to this. The thing that's getting in the way of GME are retail investors maybe selling off. You have some of the bigger retail investors that are probably like, hey, you know what, I'm done. I held for a long period of time. I held since, $20, and now I'm selling off. And they do. And you also have hedge funds that may try to scare you, that may try to focus all of their energy on one position. It's looking like instead of focusing it on AMC, they're focusing it on GME because they know that they keep shorting it and they keep wanting to drop this price down. It's so high that they're losing a ton of money. So they're going to focus all of their energy on GME to bring that stock price down. And I think that's exactly what they're doing. They're manipulating the heck out of it. It's not something that AMC is, getting all of the attention. It's not. It's just not getting all of the attention from the hedge funds. So they're just like, oh, you know what? I can deal with that right now because maybe there's low interest. Maybe it's not something that's going to cost them a ton of money because it's not as high as GME is. So like, let me focus on GME. So that's my theory. It's just a theory. It's my opinion. So hopefully that does help out in any way. Good morning, AMC Warriors. Diamond. Hand. Hold the line. Yesterday's profit reached nearly $40,000 plus with my 13K shares. That is awesome. That's really good to gain a $40,000 profit. Like I said, my goal is like $15,000 or $20,000 at minimum, and then we can go from there. But obviously, I'll set a stop loss and hold that on the way up. And if it does come back down, then I'll get stopped out. And if it does drop below that, I'll reinvest into it. So I'm looking for this to go off and on as it goes along. And I think I'm going to continue no matter what. I'm probably not going to touch my 200 shares in Webull because I think Webull is a great bar to set for the shares left in the position. So for Fidelity, I would love to be able to take the profit and then move a lot of that money over to Webull so that I don't have to worry about pattern day trader rule. And then also, well, I probably wouldn't have to worry about it anyways if I just get these deposits filled in here. But yeah, I would like to be able to do that and then keep AMC at this 200 or 200 shares to see where it does go. If it does go up to 200 or it goes up to 100, then I'll hold 100 shares at $100 or 200 shares at $100, and that's perfectly fine with me. That works. We have 613 people in here with 95 likes. Those are rookie numbers. We need to get those likes up. Hit that like button, get it up to 250, 300 likes. That would be amazing. Yeah. Also, if you're interested in the Discord group, it's the first link in the description. People are chatting it up over there. We have 3 channels here. So we have a channel for profit hands. We also have a channel for AMC, and we have a channel that's a general channel. And I'll do like more of a voice channel. I can add something to where we have maybe another level to where we have voice and video calls with a select group of people. And that could be the NFTs as well. So we have 6 people viewing on Twitch. Thank you for viewing over there. Good morning. Good morning. Chad, good morning. Good morning. TikTok, do you think, I cannot see with the writing and how I have like a grayish white shirt there. Do you think that is this sort of a gamma squeeze since we're up $2 in one day? That's tough to say. That's really tough to say whether it's a start of a gamma squeeze. I would think that we would probably push 30% if it was the start, and we are close to it. We were at 25% yesterday, or 26%. So I think we're close to it. I've yet to see, this is the first day that I've seen it go above 20% in quite some time, since the initial push to where we did see it go to like $25. So seeing that, I definitely look at it and say, is that a gamma squeeze? Is that a start of a gamma squeeze? No. I just think that it's a massive increase. We did see a lot of volume. We need to continue with the volume to see any type of squeeze. So I think we need to keep up with this volume. How's the volume looking right now? So currently it's at 762K, which is good. Yesterday, I believe we finished the pre-market, I think at like 2 or 3 million. So that's huge. Right? And then we finished a day over 270 plus million shares worth of volume, which is really good. But we need to continue to see this volume in order to, sorry, I got distracted. We need to continue to see this volume in order to actually push a squeeze. Tanisha, thank you for joining the Discord group. If you are watching on YouTube or any of the platforms, thank you for joining the Discord group. There's a lot of great people over here. I need to see what levels people are so I can add the roles. GME dead, Matt? No, I don't believe GME is dead. I missed your super chat. I will get to it right now. Sorry, I'm like going. I still have that super chat up. I'll get to it. Do you think GME still has squeeze potential, or should I set a stop loss average at 128? I'm all good if I break even. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't ever hurt to set a stop loss at 128, because if it does go that low, it's probably going to go lower, right? Right now, I think it's staying at that point of $200, right? So it's not something that is really pushing low, and I don't think it will end up pushing that low. So having that much of a distance between the actual stock price and where your price is, it doesn't hurt to get out at that point and then get back in lower. So that's not a bad idea, is to set a stop loss there, but definitely see it through, because I do see a lot of profit. I do see that GME can continue to increase, can get back up to 300, and it can easily get back up to 300. They see the potential that it can grow to, and it got up to 350 very easily. It's not something that's dead. They want to scare you out of this position, and I believe in AMC. I believe in GME 100%. People keep on saying AMC is a bait to drop GME stock. That's not the case. It's not the case. They are trying to scare us out of both positions, and they're going to start with one and end with another, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to try and get out of their own short positions by bringing the stock price down, when in reality they're just making their situation worse. So I don't think GME is dead. I think it still Jesus, I think it still has increased potential. But yeah, I would still set a stop loss. I always set a stop loss. If I'm that far away from my break-even point, it makes sense to do that. If you're okay with breaking even and maybe, I don't know how many shares you have, but losing out on a pretty decent profit at this point, then it's okay to set that stop loss and kind of just take it on the chin there, and then probably invest back in as it does go lower. Bruce is fine. He's a realist. No, I keep things as realistic as possible. I'm looking for all of the different positions and understand where the potential is, and I'm always looking for the realistic profit target. Like, I'm not going to say that GME gets to $500 right now. It has a potential, but it gets to $500 right now is not realistic. I would say getting back to $300 is definitely I think that I could see. The stimulus checks didn't hit yet. The stimulus check should hit the 17th for most people. Yeah. We have 2 people watching on TikTok. Thank you for viewing over there. Thank you for sending the super chats, the people that did send super chats. Anybody that wants to join the Discord group, the link is in the description of TikTok and not TikTok, of Twitch and YouTube. How do you set a stop loss? So for this, it's kind of tricky. Let me go over here. Let me move this over here. I can't move it over here. Let me take it out. So for this, let's see, go to trade. I'm gonna bring this over here so you can see it. And basically what you could do is literally go to stop and you'll set that stop loss here. So it's very simple on Webull. Come on. Now I can't get it back to where it was. There we go. So it's very simple on Webull. On other platforms, it's very easy as well. What is ZOM doing? ZOM is up another 6%. Like I said, I think ZOM is a huge move. I wanted to pick them for my swing trade of the week. I ended up picking something else, but ZOM is making quite a bit of movement. Let me see what I only have a certain amount of shares. So right now I'm up $123 on ZOM. Rocket has now moved up, and instead of being down 1,200 or 1,300 like it was yesterday, I'm down 1,145. I'm up $1,000 on AMC at the moment in Webull. So I'm definitely seeing some movement here. The only thing that's really taking me making me break even at this point is really this Rocket Mortgage. Rocket Mortgage is not looking great here. So I need to figure out, continue to lower my cost basis, which I could have done yesterday if I just put money into the account. So I'll do that. But it's probably going to take its time, and then I can lower that cost basis to hopefully $26 and then grow from there. But yeah, that's my thought, is that I can get a bunch of shares, maybe push that to like 1,000 shares and drive that price up, or even lower than that. I guess 500 shares would probably do the trick, as long as I get in at a lower price. If I see it dip a little bit more, if it ends up dipping to $23, that would be really good. Why don't the mainstream talk about these short ladder attacks? The thing is with the short ladder attacks, it's not something that's well documented, right? And probably because hedge funds can easily do it. So if they do that to manipulate a stock, it shows that the stock market is manipulated. It's like them going to you watching a football game and them telling you, hey, this is rigged, the Browns are going to win. Then you would be like, okay, well, this is rigged, I don't even want to watch it. Like, that's exactly what they would do. It's like, oh, well, we can short ladder attack anything we want. If we're losing in the situation, we're going to end up winning in the end. So they're not going to document something like that. And the fact that billionaires and hedge funds control the world, they really have so much pull to where they can choose the next president. If they can choose the next president, they can definitely manipulate money. And no offense on anybody that voted for anyone, but I guarantee that most people wanted someone younger in the White House rather than anybody older. And no offense on Biden, I think he's going to do a great job. It's just the fact that people probably wanted someone that was a little bit younger. I don't think of the presidency as a retirement age job. At the same people that I see, working a courier service or something like that. That's not what it's about. I don't see that as a retirement job, in my opinion, at least. Morning, Matt. I'm going to buy more GME. In your opinion, should I buy at the open or wait to see if the price drops after? You never really want to buy at the open, even if the price does crazy skyrocket, which it may happen because of the fact that the price is so low. I don't see a ton of volume going into it for GME, but I would tell you that if you were going to invest in something, typically you want to see where the action's moving at the open, because a lot of times if it's making a massive increase, you're going to see it come back to earth. And when I mean come back to earth, this 15 moving average is earth. So when you see that end up skyrocketing above the 15 moving average, so like let's say we go to the day look, you see that skyrocketing above the 15 moving average, or dropping below it, know that it is going to come back to earth and come back to that 15 moving average. So where it stands right now is 204. You might end up seeing a larger increase, but that might end up coming back to earth. However, there's those couple of times to where you would see it massively increase right from the start, to where people will end up chasing it, and eventually it would start to come back to earth after a long gain. So my suggestion, if it was me, I always wait it out to see exactly what it does, maybe in the first 5 minutes, if there's any type of reversal. If it does end up decreasing more, then that's obviously, it opens your eyes to getting in at a lower price, and my eyes as well. So definitely pick your spots. I always say wait maybe 5 minutes, but that's merely just my opinion. There's another super chat that I must have missed. Here we go. Check out Trace Trades about, he said he'd like to have you on if you're interested. His email is in there. What? Yeah, I seen the video. I seen the live stream to where he said he wanted to, reach out to me on that day. I was actually golfing, so I would have probably stopped by for a little bit if someone would have messaged me on Instagram or something, or even hit me up in the Discord group. If someone would have said something, then I would have probably accepted a video call while I was golfing. I was in a simulator, so it was inside. It would have been fine, just to be able to chat it up and get my opinion there. But yeah, I mean, it's an interesting thought. It's possible. I think I'm for it. It's just, I know I have a very difficult schedule, so it tends to be what? Have you checked out? Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's definitely interesting to me. I can look into it. Like I said before, I'm more of like a lone wolf here. I think I'm the only one that hasn't been on his channel. And I'm never one of those people that, maybe go on a channel and expect to gain a ton of viewers, have people in front of me and, kind of, gain subscribers based on, going on someone else's show or anything like that. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a feeling for me. I feel like now that I'm kind of the last person to go on his show, I feel like I should remain that way. Makes me special in some cases. Have you ever checked out pretimer.com? Predicted all of this when it was really accurate. I have never checked it out. I should probably check it out. What? So it's just like, what is it, like a Motley Fool type of thing? Don't know what that is. I don't know what this is. Took me to a GoDaddy website. Oh, that's weird. Maybe I'm seeing the wrong thing. Hey, you're special, just like mommy told you. I wish my mom told me that. That's not That's not how it goes all the time. Sometimes you're not special. Um, oh, it just predicts a future price action. Happy birthday if it has passed. No, my birthday is in 2 days. I can't stop reading AMC 2KTD. Yeah, I mean, the fact that they have valid reasoning to why AMC can get to $2,000. Crazy. Um, like this video, less than 300. Yeah, I mean, we have 967 people in here. Make sure you hit that like button. Everybody hit the like button right at this moment. Get it up to 400, 500 likes. That would be amazing. I don't, you have to push this video to more people here. What do you think about SNDL? Should I hold longer? SNDL. SNDL, let's see. So that's a cannabis position. What is SNDL? I did see them as a, where the hell are they at? Oh man, they're just here. All right, there we go. Did see them as an increase. They are at 8% up today. Should you hold longer? I think that they're a long-term play. They're a cannabis position. Anything that is a cannabis position, I drew a trend line to really push you along this edge, and it's starting to increase here. You do see a little bit of a massive increase the way that it's moving from $9 up to $1.89. So that's more of a accelerated increase than what I thought, but it is getting back on track, because I thought that when I drew this trend line here, and let's see if I can draw this trend line again, the original trend line. When I drew this trend line, this is not going to work. It was more or less like right here. That's where you've seen that trend line there. And it continued on the way out, and now it's starting to get just above that trend line. So I think it's going to continue to hover at that trend line, eventually get above $2. It's not going to be something that's a pump and dump at the moment. This was a pump and dump. This is steady growth. I believe SNDL can make some real moves in the cannabis market, the cannabis sector. And yeah, if it was me, and I wish it was me that got in at this point, I would continue to hold. I don't know when you actually got in, but I would love to get in at this point, and I would have continued to hold to $2, $2.50. I probably would have sold maybe a little above $2 just because I'm into short-term gains. But still, like I would have taken that. Same thing with Tilray. Tilray's doing some actual work and getting back on track when it comes to the cannabis sector. And the overall cannabis sector is looking the same. Any thoughts on Ruby? Or huge increase. That's scary. So anytime I see a huge increase like that, now I do see that it wasn't just a massive increase right from the start. You've seen an increase, it decreased, it fought back up, and then kind of leveled out. So that's an interesting play. Typically when I see a huge increase like that from $6 to $30, I guess $10 to $30. It went from over here a couple of days ago on the 4th at $8 or $9 to $38 at one point, and now it's sitting at $30. So that's huge. I think you may have missed the boat here. If you're looking to get into it, I would wait for a drop if I were you. And that's just looking at the chart. I don't know what is the reason for this price action. It may be the point to where people are pushing it, and that's a possibility, but you may have missed the boat here. Anytime you see this, you may be chasing the position. Now, if you see a comeback, then there might be a room to grow, but it does look like it was being pumped at this point. But like I said, the positive thing that you can take from this is that you see an increase. It does decrease back below where the original price was, and then starts to increase again above where that initial increase was, up to $38. I would say it wasn't strong at $38. Let's say if it was at $30, that's where it ends up pushing up to. So passes the $25 mark, pushes up $5 extra. So it's interesting, but you probably need a couple more days to see exactly what's going to happen from this point, if somebody was invested at $4 and ended up selling at $38, you know, that's amazing. I wonder if anybody, you know, did get in here and got lucky and ended up selling, you know, that would be amazing. I'm the best. Thank you for saying I'm the best. Thank you for watching on TikTok. Let me see what Twitch is saying. The fact that you usually isolated from some other YouTubers popping right now, but seeing you chat with them occasionally could be neat too. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. Seeing me talk to them probably is a good bet. But yeah, I would 100% agree. I usually, like I said, I usually like to stay away from, not saying all the popularity, but I usually like to stay away from a lot of, you know, conversation with a lot of people. I'm very introvert. If you don't know me, which some people do, but I'm very introvert. When I'm around my wife's family, I've been around her family a number of times, but I still am very introvert and keep to myself a lot of times. And that's just my overall personality. I'm not very, you know, I'm kind of chill, I guess. But yeah, it would be great to be able to have those conversations every once in a while. I don't think I've collabed with a single YouTuber since I've been on YouTube. Let me see. No, I haven't. I haven't collabed with a single YouTuber, whether I was talking about credit card, personal finance, investing, stimulus checks. I haven't. No, that's crazy. I've talked to people and interacted with them, you know, via like comments and all that stuff. But yeah, I haven't had that interaction. I don't know. I just tend to shy away from it. Everyone has been saying to the moon for a while now. AMC, in your opinion, what do you think the high can be? I'm still holding 152 shares at $5.74. So you have a decent profit out of it, which is really, really good, right? I would have liked to bought in at $5.74, and I would have bought in a crazy amount of shares if I was at $5, just to be able to, one, get this profit per share that I own would be huge. But what's my realistic high? Like I said in so many videos, I'm looking for that $20 mark, and it was 15, but I raised my cost average. So I do want to get a decent amount of profit. So I'm looking at that $20 mark to where I will gain about $15,000, $15,500 or so. And I'm happy with that. But do I say that that's the highest it can get to? No, my realistic high that it will get to is probably like $30. That's the realistic high, but it could get to 50, it could get to 100. So I will say that, like I said, my realistic high is going to be $30. I'm going to stick to that point. But for me, I'm going to, you know, put my stop loss at 20. If it goes above it, then it goes above it, and I'll find a way to stop out above that, and I'll continue to move my stop loss. But if it comes back to 20, right after it does go above 20, you'll probably see me get stopped out at 20. And then I'll move a lot of that money over to Webull while I still hold, you know, 200 shares of AMC over here, because I believe that AMC can do a lot of damage here. I just want to see them make the moves that I'm thinking that they're going to make. So with AMC and Webull, that's going to be more of my my change that's left over, and hopefully that can go to $100 a share, and I'll gain a little bit more, well, a lot more. I want to see your office setup, like everything set up. Yeah, I can definitely show you another time. I mean, right now my desk is kind of trashed. You can see that it's clear here, but it's not clear over there, and it's not clear over there. So I have a number of things that are on my desk, including this water bottle. That's a weird message. I don't like that message. Whew. All right, let's get back to what AMC and GME are doing. We have 1,105 people in here. If you could hit that like button, get it above 500 likes, that would be great. If you're interested in my Discord group, the link is in the description. I can see when anybody does join. So, you know, we can have a bunch of people that welcome you as you do join. DT, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that a lot. Yes, hit that like button. We're at 400 likes at the moment. Push it to 500. If you haven't engaged, the way that you can do that is either hit the like button, hit the dislike button, or comment in the chat. Or you can do, two of those three, because you can't do all three. I mean, you can hit the like button, then the dislike button, or you can hit the dislike button and then the like button. But yeah, sell at 50. So you're saying you're selling at 50, or you're telling me to sell at 50? A good stop loss for GME got in at 210. If you got in at 210, it depends what you're looking to gain. Are you looking to gain a crazy amount of profit, or are you looking to hold on until it increases a crazy amount, like to or are you looking to hold on until it gets to like 1,000? Like what's your mindset? Because there's certain people that will say, hey, I want to gain as much as I can, but I also want to set a stop loss to limit my losses. But if you do that, you're not giving yourself the chance to gain as much as you can, because GME goes up and down and up and down, and you may see it get back to 200 easily. I mean, right now I don't know where it's at. I think it's at 202. It's at 198. So yeah, GME will make moves all the way back, to 200, or to 170, and then push up to 260 or 270. And you're going to see that movement in one day, which means that if you set a stop loss that's too aggressive, basically saying I want to take profit over anything, then you're probably going to end up getting stopped out very quick. So I'll tell you that the best stop loss is probably your break even point, and if you do that at the moment, right now you're $11 below that break even point. So for me, I'm at 240. I have 2 shares at 240. It's only 2 shares, but I'm holding. Obviously, for a while, I want to test the markets, and if it does go lower, I'll just cost average down and buy into more positions. RKT, should I buy 3K of GME now, or wait? You're talking about $3,000. I would probably wait a little bit just to see what it does in the open, because it might dip some more. You might see a lot of people just say, you know what, I don't have access to after hours markets and I want to sell. So you're going to see it probably dip a little bit more and then eventually increase. It might dip down to 170. I don't know if it will dip down to this point to where it was 119 or 100 or so, because it did go up to 200 and then drop down to one like under 100, I believe, something like that. Yeah, it went under 100 to like $88, and then $86, and then ended up increasing and continuing to increase. So I don't know if it will drop back down to 100. These things are very unpredictable, but I would probably wait it out to try and find the best dip. There was a super chat that I missed. I was trying to read all the stocks, but sorry, not stocks. Trying to read all the chats, but there was a super chat that I missed. Is there, or I don't know at this point. We're almost at 500 likes. Freetiming.com, check GME and AMC. It's interesting. People keep on saying this. AMC stock forecast for the next 10 days. AMC stock forecast for the next 10 days is predicting that, right now we're at March 15th, we're going to get to over $20 in the next 10 days. Supply and demand. So there's going to be a lot of going to push above a certain resistance level, above our resistance level. Huh. That's interesting. I mean, I'm obviously seeing exactly what they're seeing here. I'm with them to think that we will get to $20 easily. But as long as all variables stay the same, as long as there's no manipulation, because this is all based on, the fact that the variables stay the same. So I would imagine this is going to change if they have some sort of manipulation involved in it. But I would agree with them. I mean, it's making some moves there. Do they have GME here? I don't see GME on the front page. But yeah, that's very interesting to get to $20 in the next however many days. But how many days is that? You see a forecast of days? Because it says the next 10 days, the next 10 days after this. Thoughts on BABA? Really quick, a big stock price at 230 at the moment. Well, 228 at the moment. Was at 282 recently, in February. So looking at that large drop, we want to figure out where the actual bottom is. Just going through that, we want to see where the bottom is. But let's look at what the 10,000 foot view looks like. 10,000 foot view, it looks like it hovers between that, $200 mark and even pushing $300, right? So I don't see any type of, positivity here. The only thing I see is it might be a great day trading opportunity or a swing trading opportunity, depending where you get in, because it looks like the lows are going to be the lows, the highs are going to be the highs. You're going to see a lot of great movement when you look from 1 month to the next. So I don't know any of the details here behind it. You did see a large increase over a number of months, which is understandable. I mean, everything really in the pandemic was growing. And then you've seen it pretty much peak at the $300 mark. And then had a decent drop, decent fall, but you still have movement within that fall, which is definitely a great sign for a day trader, because if you're looking, or swing trader actually, because I don't know how much it's actually moving in a day. It looks like from high to low, it only moved $4. That's not the best move, especially for a $230 stock. So it looks like it could be a pretty decent swing trade opportunity once it does get to its low. If it does get back down to maybe 200 or so, you can see it, push back up. And what you want to do is get that indication of the 15 moving average pushing its way back up. Right now, it's still not at its bottom. And once you find the bottom, you'll be able to find that way up. So that might be very interesting as a swing trade. So let's look at that as potential swing trades here, because that does look like a point to where once it does hit that bottom, you can, skyrocket. And it's not something that's going to like crazy skyrocket, but you might be able to get up to probably that 260 or test some other levels at 240 if it gets below 200 or gets to 200. So yeah. Hey Matt, fellow introvert here. I'm playing with the house money, so it's great that you're an introvert. I mean, my wife is an introvert as well, even though she seems more extroverted. So she is though. I can tell she always wants to be by herself. I'm playing with house money, so I don't actually lose anything. If AMC tanks, I just can't accept all the $1,000 hike. I just wanted to say thanks for being a voice of reason. Yeah, no problem. One, thank you for the super chat, and that's what I'm here for. It's about, that's why I quote profit hands. And I mean, that's going to be something that I coin. It's literally profit hands. It's all about profit hands, because you need to be able to take your profits, and people need to win out of the situation. The fact that you can push $1,000 and get to $1,000 or $2,000, or people saying it get to 200K, it's a little ridiculous. But people saying that it can get to that point, I just can't believe it either. But there is like a sort of a possibility to where you can play with like house money. You can put a little bit of money in there and say, if it does get to 2K or 1K and you're holding 10 shares, you can easily have $10,000 on your hands, right? But do you need to hold 100, 1,000, 2,000 shares? No, I don't think you do. So what I tell people is, you don't want to be stuck at the top. You don't want to be that person that invests at $1,000 and think that it's going to go up to 2,000. You don't want to be that person that invests at $300 thinking that it's going to go up to 400. So I want people to gain as much profit as possible. Yes, someone has to be at that top point, but I also want to help them out and understand how they can lower their cost basis and how they can invest strategically at that point in order to increase their profits. Because like I said, it's all about having profit hands. It's all about making a profit. So, and I understand where people come from. It's like, hey, you don't sell at this point, you don't sell at this point. But I'm trying to be realistic and helping people make money. I don't want to push people away from the stock market. When all of this is over in like a year, because I think this is probably going to push on for a long period of time. When all of this is over, people are basically going to say, hey, they have one of two situations, right? They either made a lot of money or they lost a lot of money, I guess, or you can break even. But you have those three situations, and if you have two of those situations, you're going to push that new investor out of the stock market, which is something I don't want. I want them to be happy in the stock market. I want them to be able to make a little bit of a living in the stock market and understand that this is how the rich make more money. Is they put it into stocks. They do it at a safer way because they're investing millions of dollars into a safe position to gain 5%, versus us investing almost everything that we have or all of our savings in order to make 5%, or in order to make 10 or 20 or even 50%. They're making a hell of a lot of money compared to what we're making. If they invest $1 million and they're looking at a 1% gain, it's going to be a significant amount of money compared to what our 1% gain will be. So yeah, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for saying that, because I try to be that voice of reason and not push everybody over the edge saying that we're going to get to $1,000 or $2,000. We have 1,300 people in here. If you could hit that like button and get it up to 700 likes. Let's push 600 first, and then we'll make that goal to 700. Every time I think about paper hands, because of profits dropping, I just think about how much profit DFV has missed out on and continues to hold. One, DFV can do that, right? Because he has made millions of dollars at this point. And yes, he's missed out on a ton of profit by not understanding where the peak is and investing at the lows, basically just holding at that point. I understand exactly where you're coming from. I think about it all the time. Like, if you have those millions of dollars, you basically secure the profits and then get in at those lower points. At this point, yes, you're making a statement by holding on to it and keeping everybody strong in GME. I understand where you're coming from, but he's missing out on millions and millions of dollars. I mean, from a point to where you can get out of the position at $300, know that it's going to come down to under 200. I mean, that's a no-brainer. In most cases, I would do that, but in this case, I'm not doing it because of profit hands, or because of paper hands. People calling me paper hands for selling at a profit, at a $10,000 or $15,000 profit. You're seen as paper hands for taking that profit, investing lower, and then trying to gain more of a profit. But yeah, understandable. You really think the majority of institutions are buying to gain only 1%? No, I don't think they're only buying to gain 1%. I think majority of their money is to buy to gain 5-10%, right? That's safe money. That's index fund money. right? Their index funds that they put money into, they'll put millions or billions of dollars into it, but they tell us to do the same thing to make the market more predictable. So what they're going to do is push long-term investing, and this is why you have the pattern day trader rule. This is why you have a lot of things that deter your interest away from day trading, because it makes the market more volatile. You can't invest with money that's you can't invest with money that's less than 25,000. You can invest with it, but you can't trade with it more than 3 times per week because it makes it more volatile. So with their index funds, with their mutual funds, they're basically going to take their millions and billions of dollars, put those in those funds, and be able to gain 5-10%. And their 5 or 10% is so much more than what our 5 and 10% will be as they continue to pitch these areas. So they're forcing us. This is why this movement is so amazing, because it's forcing people to look into different stocks that technically derail some of these funds that they are investing into. And I like it. I really like it, because I've always been a person that said, I've always been a person, Jesus. I've always been a person, yeah, because he got 12 million. Yeah, I mean, when you have a certain amount of money, then you put it anywhere and you can just hold. No matter what it's going to be. If it drops 33%, you still have millions of dollars, right? It's all house money. You don't understand what this guy is talking about. I'm just waiting on trade to come. All right, well, imagine if GME crashes as soon as DFE pulls out. I mean, he's holding a lot of shares. It could make a massive dent in the price. Just got here. Can you recap AMC today, please? So yeah, mainly where I was with AMC. Let's actually check where they were, because I was talking for a while. So AMC is now actually pushing below $14. It was making a move above there. Let's look at what they did in the last day, actually. Sorry. So it was pushing above there. You've seen it gap, or not gap up, but you've seen it increase to almost to that $15 mark. And now it's starting to, trail off here. It passed the 200 EMA. So now you're seeing this on a, downward trend. It's moving in the wrong direction than where we want it. But I think we are going to see another positive day today. It looks like everything is starting to move in the wrong direction. It looks like GME is actually at 196 at the moment. Which could give us a point to where we could buy. It gives us a great entry point. Perry to the moon. But AMC, I would say, in my opinion, when it does end up opening, we do have about an hour and 30 minutes. So when it does end up opening, I think we're going to see a little bit of a dip, just like we see every single morning. Are we going to see a positive day? Tuesdays end up being a negative day more times than not. So hopefully we can see a positive day. I'm very hopeful, but it's not 100% that we will see that. So don't get discouraged if it does drop below $13. If we see a negative day, or if it does drop below even $12. Don't think about it and say, oh, well, you know what, I'm just going to sell everything. You need to make sure you hold on, because it does have a lot of potential here. AMC is a bear trap today. It could possibly be a bear trap today. I'm not 100% sure if that could be. I'm ready for it. I'm not really doing anything with the money. I'm going to keep it in there, and I know that it has potential to increase a heck of a lot, but everything seems like it might be trending from being up to being down. I see Rocket that's actually up, and I'm happy that it is up, but it's making a couple of moves down as well. You can see OCGN that's down, Roblox, I understand that's down. GME is down a heck of a lot. You have cost that's down as well, down to $27 from that $30 mark. So we might see a down day today. And like I said, don't get discouraged if we do see a down day, because it could be just the overall market, and then also the factor of manipulation on top of that. Why do you consider AMC a meme stock? It has so much potential as a company. I'm just doing it as the definition. I don't actually consider it a meme stock. With all of the fuel to it, I do see it as meme growth, right? So people are on to this and they're looking to push it as much as possible. But do I think they're valued at where people say they're valued at $100 or so? No. I think they're definitely valuable to where they should be above. At the moment, I always said they should be above $10. So $10 to $15 is where they should hang. But as we start to go into different days to where they gain value, they pay off debts, all of these other things, they start implementing new strategies, new business plans, I think they're valued at closer to the $20+ mark. So this is why I'm always saying that I basically will hold and put a stop loss at $20+ at $20. And if they grow above that, then they grow above that. I'll hold my Webull shares, but my Fidelity shares will be sold at that point, as long as it does stop me out. If it doesn't stop me out, I won't sell. I'll continue to hold until it goes up as high as it goes up. But yeah, I don't think of them as a meme stock. I just think of them as getting a lot of traction based on retail investors. So, and based on memes, dropping rather fast now. Oh yeah, it looks like AMC is now dropping. It's at $13.62. So just know that this could be a point to where people could buy in. We buy these dips. We continue to drive the price up. This could be a form of manipulation. It is dropping quite a bit at 3% down. So I think we might, like I said, I think we might see a down market today. And that's understandable. I mean, stocks rarely go to zero. Yeah, you're right. ZOM. I think ZOM was doing good. I don't know what they're doing now. Oh, that's Zoom. Where's ZOM? Oh, it still is doing well. It's up to $2.73. I'm up 100. I could have just checked this down here. I'm up $135 on this position. So ZOM is doing really well. How does SNDL look today? I think SNDL looked pretty good as well. I think you're going to see some positive movement as long as we see an up day. If we see a down market, we might see that collapse again. But I drew a trend line for SNDL a while ago, and this was the trend line for it to basically have these touch points and continue on this route up. With these down markets that we've seen here, really push that stock price down, and we had a long ways to recover that. Now we're back up to this point, and I think it can continue, get above $2, get above $2.50. I still do believe in SNDL at that moment. There's no volume, so the drop is irrelevant. True. It's not that there's no volume. There's just a lack of retail interest. Yes, you do have people that are interested because of the fact that they can invest in the after hours market or extended hours market, but most people can't. Most people haven't set up the brokerage account to do that. So yeah, I think I did add a join button too. If you guys want to, if you guys are interested in my Discord group, it's the first link in the description. Thank you Bugs for joining. If you're watching on YouTube right now, thank you for joining the Discord group. I will be on it later. Obviously, I'm not gonna, since I am recording or I am streaming right now, it's a different situation. Let me check what Twitch is saying. So I have 9 people viewing on Twitch. How are we looking today? I think we're looking pretty good. ZOM looking good in the pre-market. Yes, it is. It's at 9% of an increase. Is that what that was? Almost 10% of an increase. It's definitely moving, and we're getting to that. We're going to be retesting $3 soon, which is definitely a large feat. If we can retest $3, if we can push past $3, that will be amazing. But it might be either today or tomorrow where we can retest $3. So hopefully we continue to see this push up, because I don't want all of that to be lost. Go back down to $1.89. Let me see, AMC still dropping. Yep, at $13.50 is where we're currently standing. We are dropping $13.37. AMC or GME is now at $195, so we're seeing a little bit of a drop. And it, like I said, it may continue into the actual market open. What do I think about the TRCH and MMAFT merge? I have 2K shares in each. I have to look into it to see exactly what that's all about, but usually a merger is good news. Stock price at $2.56. I believe that I did hear about MMATF in some cases. I don't know exactly where I heard that from. So a merger is usually good in most cases, but I don't know a lot of the details as to any of the information behind either of these companies. So I can't tell you what I think about it. I just know mergers are usually great news. So I can't really tell you much about them because I don't know anything about the company itself. So I can't give you any company details and how this fits into the long-term solution or long-term look of their positions, whether their positions stay the same, whether they consolidate in any way. I don't know at this point. Is any of that released? We have 1,500 people in here. Would love to get that to about half of what the concurrent viewers are. So maybe get it to, but let's get it to like 800. That would be amazing. A little over half. Canadian cannabis stock? Oh, that's WMG. Is it? I'm not a fan of penny stocks at all. I mean, you can see movement here, but I am not a fan of penny stocks. A new stock streamer for my portfolio. What's up? I've been streaming for a while. I don't know why I would be considered new. Yeah, I've been here for a while. So it looks like we're having a little bit of a recovery, which is a good thing. I didn't want to have them push below $13. That will suck if you have them push below $13. It will also create an opportunity to where people can buy into it. So I'm nervous about SNDL earnings report. Should I jump ship? If you want to, if you have profits that you want to take with SNDL, then take it. It's not something you can't hold it against yourself for taking profits. So yeah, take your profits. If you are that scared about what an earnings report will do for a company, then take your profits. Matt just doesn't hop on the hype train. I don't. Not for most cases, I don't. Currently, we have a small position in GME at 244. What would you do? Well, I have 2 shares of GME at 141. I'm holding. I was doing it just to test the market. I do believe that it is going to increase, and we're seeing some form of manipulation Tuesday. That's what it's all about, and it's probably the form of not only manipulation but also a down market. So I think GME looks like it does have potential to where you could have a buy-in portion right here, and I will definitely look at it as such. But I want to see if it does decrease a little bit more as it does get to the open, because typically we're going to see that decrease, at least with AMC. I know we do. GME, it's kind of off and on. We'll see an increase, and then we'll see that decrease. I think yesterday, that's exactly what we've seen, was an increase from the start. I guess a little bit of a decrease from the start. And then we did see that increase to where it did eventually continue on the way down, which was disgusting movement. This was just really bad for what was happening. So we're seeing a little bit of the same as we get into the pre-market. It went up to 229 and then dropped down all the way to 194. So hopefully we can continue to, I would like to see it go down a little bit so that I can, find another entry point at a lower price, gain a lot more on the way up, because I do think it's going to go back up to 260 or 300. It's all about waiting for the dip. It's all about buying those dips. It looks like AMC is still hovering around that $13.26 mark. Like I said, it looks like it's starting to move downward for all of the different positions. AMC, GME, Cost, Rocket looks pretty good. Roblox doesn't. Tilray, the cannabis stocks look pretty good. So Tilray and SNDL look really good. You do have Meat Tech 3D, which is a newer company, so I understand why they would be increasing. Because a lot of people are just buying up their positions and they're holding on to it to see what it does. So Medica's up basically 9%, up to $2.71. So we're seeing mainly some negative movement here in the stocks that we want to focus on. So it's a little tough. We do have 1,600 people in here and we only have 683 likes. Like, what's the deal with that? Like, what's up with that? To quote SNL. You are honest. I appreciate that. I try to be as honest as possible. And anywhere I feel the stock is going to get, I will be honest. Whether it's going to drop or whether it's going to increase, I'm not going to tell you that it's going to hit $500 today. I'm not. I'm going to tell you what's a realistic price target. I noticed that GME will move in between 30 when it does move down a crazy amount like it did yesterday. It can move between like $30 and $50 per day between the high and low. So you can see a lot of movement, whether it is going to be positive or negative. So if you wanted to get a decent trade out of it, I know that it moves a lot in a day. Now we have 790 likes. Thank you everybody for getting this video to about 800 likes. You guys are amazing. We have one person on TikTok viewing. We have 11 people on Twitch. Are you playing Cold War today? I don't know. Tuesday? No, I don't think so. My wife works later, so I'm going to be taking care of the kids. And I may do it when they go to sleep, but I have to give them baths and stuff. It's going to be a lot of work. You should stream on Twitch and YouTube for Cold War. Possibly. I might do it. Not 100%. Like I said, for AMC, I was talking about this for pretiming.com. They had the prediction for the next 10 days, and hopefully we do see that move in the same direction. The prediction for the next 10 days is basically to get over that $20 mark. And I would be happy to see that, because if it does get to there, then I would be okay with it. But the thing is that it's starting to bow out here from what they predict. And if it does start to bow out, that indicates a downward trend, which means that it could fall below that $20 mark, which means I'll be, bought out of my position. I'll be sold out of my position for Fidelity. But I still do believe that if it does end up pulling back, it'll probably pull back to like 18 or something, or maybe even lower than that. And I can get back in at a lower price while, just using my profit or, the extra money. Don't mind the kids that are upstairs because they're definitely making noise. I hear Harper running around and yelling. So 1,640 people and we have 845 likes. That's amazing. There was an article yesterday. a 1 cent price target for AMC due to all the debt they owe. No, that's crazy. I've seen things that they said that AMC should be valued at 1 cent. No, that's one analyst. Yeah, I don't understand why they even put out something that says they're valued at 1 cent. I understand that they owe debt. You know, it was a pandemic. You know, they obviously are going to increase in debt, and they're paying off their debt as they go. As we start to increase the stock price, they're doing that. I need to tell this child to stop stomping because it is loud. Oh, wait, my phone's over here, so I can't do that. Oh, she's chasing the dog. Yeah, I don't understand that. 1 cent? Crazy. She's really chasing that dog upstairs. All right, let's see. AMC is still, it's starting to make a little bit of a move back, but it's nowhere near where it was. It can easily go back up to $14. It's just something that, Jesus, Harper. It's distracting me a lot. Can't hold my attention. People who try to tell kids not to be kids. Yeah, true. She's up there having fun. It's just distracting me because it's louder to me than it is to you because I have like a, I guess, I don't know what to call it. It's like a noise cancellation type of thing. Suppression. There we go. So yeah, it's much louder to me than it is to you. Louder, Harper, louder. Yeah, it looks like if we're looking at the volume here for AMC, we are sitting around where the volume was yesterday, around that 2 million mark, 2.3 million or 2.4 million. The only thing is I think it's, you know, we're seeing more negative volume, more short percentage, and I don't know if I can trust Fintel after all the things that I've heard with Fintel, but let's see what the short shares available are. I believe they went back down. So you have a short volume ratio of 22%, 400,000 short shares available. I remember they were at 4.9 million. I think it was on Friday, and all of a sudden Monday in the pre-market it adjusted, which didn't make sense because we didn't see those shares get shorted. You know what I mean? Like we didn't see a downward movement in the pre-market. We've seen an upward movement, so it didn't make sense. And short borrow fee rate is 1.64%, which is absolute bull crap. We have 10 viewers over on Twitch. Thoughts on Surf? I want to continue on AMC. I will look at this really quick. Any thoughts on Surf? It's at $8.88. Let's look at any downward movement. So what I'm trying to look for is what the trend is for the overall position. So it looks like it's now on the, it might be at a point to where it's hitting or retesting one of the highs that it had at this downturn here. So I would say at this point at $6, if it did end up, if we were looking at right here, I would say that it's starting on the upward trend, upward trajectory here. So it started at this $14 mark. Let's see if we do see any positivity. So we do see growth from $5 all the way up to $14.38. And then we see that drop down, and then it basically is now a launching point at this point. And I don't know if it will completely retest and push past that. If it does, then the next retest point is up at this $12 mark, which is a huge gain. So I think that it could have potential. You just need to see it push past this retest, which it looks like it's kind of falling back from that retest. So it might have to retest it again and then push past it. But right now, it pretty much gained as much as it can gain until it does pass that. So we see it we see it get to where the 15 moving average is close to the 200 EMA. And if it did cross over, you would see that you have an indication of that upward momentum, and it would probably have more of a chance of passing this retest up here, which is something that it did not do. It tested it, but it came back. So you kind of want to wait it out to see what it's going to do. If you want to invest at this point, you can. I think it has potential to go up to that $12 mark, just looking at the technical analysis. So that would be my 2 cents there. Let's see. Where's AMC? So we're sitting at a decrease of about 5%. GME is sitting at $192. All I hear is just loud banging and stomping and kids definitely being kids. We're almost at 1,000 likes. If you could hit that like button, that would be amazing. Remember, if you want to join my Discord group, the link is in the description. I see new people that are joining. I don't know how to say your name. Doregard, thank you for joining the Discord group recently. Bugs, thank you for joining the Discord group. There's one more, Tanisha, I think. Thank you for joining the Discord group. Any thoughts on the end of the theories floating around Reddit around the gamma squeeze? I don't like to feed into all that stuff. I understand that, you know, the 19th is an important day, right? But I want to understand what could possibly happen realistically, what could possibly happen. And maybe this could be classified as the gamma squeeze. Are we seeing more of a decrease here down to 191? Jesus. And now we're above 5% for AMC. Wow. But yeah, I would say that what I'm focusing on is the fact that we are going to have a large increase. Not really focused on the fact that if we're going to have a squeeze or not. We don't have the interest percentage. We did have a little bit of the volume yesterday. It's just not enough. You look at some of the volume that we had in the initial like squeeze, where we got up to $25. That was something where we had 1.2 billion shares. 1.2 billion. You keep in mind that yesterday we grew 25% and we went up to it was 270 plus million shares that went back and forth. So we need a lot of volume in order to do something there. But yeah, it's very tough to say whether I predict a squeeze or not. I predict a massive increase, and that's what I'm going to keep saying, is that it's going to be massive increase. What YouTuber inspired me into stocks? Well, he is a YouTuber. It's Andrew Aziz. His channel is, I think it's Bare Bulls Traders. Oh, this is stuck. I was going to say, why is that not clicking? I think it's Bare Bull Traders, but he has a book. In the description, I have a store, and I have a book called How to Day Trade for a Living by Andrew Aziz. And breaking that down made it so easy. I was always thinking, like, I was stuck on the Warren Buffett method, to where investing long term is probably the best bet. You know, finding a way to invest in index funds, in safe investments is the best bet. But we're making ourselves, yes, we're making ourselves a little bit more wealthy, but not as wealthy as we could be, because there's a lot of money to be made in stocks. And the best way that you can do it, if you are rich, if you have $1 million, it's very easy to get to your next million, your next 5 million, your next 10 million, right? Because you're investing $1 million into stocks that are maybe safe, and you're gaining 5, 10, 20%. And then you have a couple of other things out there that you're gaining maybe 50 or 100% on your income. So I was always stuck on that method, and then I started to really get into day trading and swing trading, day trading more than anything. And I just fell in love with it, because day trading is not just something that you're looking at as an investment, that you're looking at news for, that you really care about the company at all. You really only care about how the chart is moving, and can you predict what's going to happen based on trends, based on the candlesticks. based on a full list of technical analysis and indicators that you build. And that's what really made me fall in love with it, because I love analyzing things. So why not analyze stocks and make some money from it? So, and it's considered as a day job, I guess, because a lot of times I will look to gain $100 or $200 a day rather than pushing for $1,000 or $4,000 a day, which I can technically push for, but it's something that I really didn't need. I would mainly do that. I would mainly push for $100 to $200 a day just as extra income rather than, you know, the one source of income. So that's what really got me into it. But his name is Andrew Aziz. The book is amazing. It really breaks down investing. It's so hard to day trade under 25K in a portfolio. Yes, it definitely is, because my method basically is like, if the trade is going against you, then you limit your losses, but you can get back into another trade, and if it goes with you to where you gain $100, right, or you gain $200 or whatever your profit target is, then you can gain 5 times what your loss would have been. So I like to put a profit to loss ratio of 5 to 1. So I'll look to gain $100 and lose $20. Holy crap, is AMC dropping more? AMC is now at 6% of a decrease, down to $13.15. We don't want to see that push below $13. I mean, it could be a point to where people reinvest in there, but we don't want to see that push below $13. It might be a down day. It might be a pretty bad day for a lot of people, which would have been great, because you look at these prices and you're like, okay, at $14.87, I can decrease, or I can sell my position to get back in at $13 and then end up lowering my cost basis. But thinking like that, you can never really predict exactly what will happen. It looks like my battery's about to die on my phone. So TikTok, I'm probably not going to be streaming for much longer. Sorry if you are watching. I'm going to let the phone die and then I'll charge it. But it's at 15%. I don't know why, because I could have swore I charged it last night. Maybe I didn't. But we have 1,774 people in here. If you could hit that like button, get it above 1,000 likes, that would be amazing. But Jason, to answer your question, well, it's not really a question, but yes, it is very hard to day trade with under 25K, because you only have 3 trades to make in a week. So you have to be very strategic. You have to basically say, instead of making $100 a day, now I want to make as much as I can for the week, with my profit to loss ratio being 3 to 1, because I only have 3 trades, right? So what you'll do is you'll trade, let's say a position, gain 1,000 shares or 2,000 shares of that position, but want it to move $1. And if it does move $1, then you gain $2,000 out of it, and then that could be your week profit. But that ends up being very tricky, because the more that you end up risking, the more that you could potentially lose. I understand that you can limit your losses to 3 to 1, but it still ends up being very tricky if you don't pick the right investments, and then you end up losing 3 times, and it's not good. So you got to pick the best time when you can start investing, and wherever your profit targets will be. I'm getting so distracted. We have 10 viewers over on Twitch. Trace Trades is live. Y'all should stream together. I don't know. I trade all day and settle money. Never been flagged. You have less than 25K in your account? What's up? Just came from YouTube. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate that. Showing some love over here. But yeah, if you have 25K in your account, you can trade all day. But I've never been flagged. I've never gone over the trading amount either. I've never gone over 3 trades per day, or 3 trades per per week. So I obviously had 25K in my account in most cases, but I thought if you were a day trader with a cash account, you get more than 3 trades a week. I've never seen that. I've heard that multiple times in my chats, but I've never seen that. Yeah, less than 25K. Y'all still trading AMC? Invest in real companies, not these meme stocks. I think you should probably get out of this video. I mean, you jumped in the video just to say that. I don't understand. You would gain a sub big time. Yeah, it's not about the subs for me. It's not about the subs. I understand. I obviously like Trey's channel. I'm the last one to show up on his channel. Literally every person that's talking about AMC that does these live streams, I would like to continue doing the live streams even after AMC and all that stuff, because it's always fun to be able to do this and interact with people. I'm the last person to do this, but it's not about the subs for me. I don't care about the subs. I don't care about people coming. Obviously, I care about subscribers, but I don't care about gaining all of the subs. It's the road to 1 million subscribers at this point. And I really, care about being able to read as many comments and get to as many people as possible. And also, like I said, I'm very introvert. I came here on YouTube to see if someone isn't trading these stocks, but the title is AMC to $20. What? I respect that. More subs means you help more people, but I can't interact with as many. Yeah, so yeah, I'm obviously growth is inevitable. You're going to have growth, but I do want to help as many people as possible. I would love to be able to gain a consistent amount of views while staying at a certain amount of subscribers, because I don't want to push it crazy above the the bar with subscribers there. I want to be able to help as many people that are following me. This is why I charge for the Discord group, is really to bring in a select group of people that want to get some sort of help, that are new to investing, or that can help anybody else learn. There are a lot of people there that are very knowledgeable, that understand options more than I do, that understand swing trading a little bit, that understand looking at news catalysts and things like that. Please, can you please share your thoughts on airline companies these coming weeks? Yeah, I'll do that. But yeah, I don't even know where I was. I get distracted by all these chats. But yeah, I try and interact with as many people as possible. So that's why I have a price tag on the Discord group. So if you want to join that Discord group, make sure you click the link in the description. It's the first link, and you'll sign up. And it does cost $5 for just the Discord group. There is another level to where you get weekly day trades, weekly swing trades, and weekly dividend positions. So yeah, and you get Carl's calls, which Carl's calls will be next week, not this week. We're going to see how everything is doing. It looks like we may see things that are taking a hit. We see GME that's now at 12% of a decrease, down to 193. AMC's down to $13.23. Hopefully we can see a little bit of a turn here and it jumps back up, because I really don't see why people would be holding. We have a crazy amount of buyers, but nobody is selling. How does that make sense? But the price is still going down. Manipulation, right? Manipulation. What is Carl's calls? So basically what I do for Carl's calls is I have a cat, his name is Carl. And typically they say that a cat can pick stocks at random and make more money than some of these large investment firms. So what I thought I would do is test this theory over the long term. over 26 weeks, and I know it's going to be bi-weekly, so it's going to be 26 weeks that we will basically invest in positions. I asked the Discord group, hey, what are some great positions to get into for Carl's calls, and they'll give me some position suggestions. We obviously want to pick things that are pretty good. We don't want to invest in anything we haven't gotten any bad suggestions. So then we pick those, and then Carl will end up picking which one is the best one to invest into. And this last week, he picked, I don't know if I should say it because it's too late at this point. He picked MVIS to invest into at $14, and now it's at $17. So right now we're up on those shares, and I'll continue to invest that way for like long term to see how much you can make at the end of the year. And we're going to do updates on that maybe weekly, or we'll do an update on that monthly. I'm not 100% sure of exactly what the update will be. What? What do you think about? So we have 1,657 people in here, 1,000 likes. Thank you for getting me over 1,000 likes. I appreciate that a lot. Praise all emotion. This is a better style by far. Well, thank you for saying that. I like Trey's channel, so I'm not gonna say that he's all emotion. I like his technical analysis, and sometimes I learn a thing or two from his technical analysis. So it's always great to be able to see that stuff. So you can always like as many things as possible. You know, there are a lot of people on YouTube that have a different point of view. Some people talk about AMC more than GME. Some people talk about GME more than AMC. Some people will talk about cost, which cost was making a huge move and we're like not even focusing on it. I wanted to focus on it, but obviously investing in positions like Rocket, dumbass Rocket over here, kind of ruined or derailed me. Where will Carl's results be posted? So I have a Patreon that well, first, if you want to join the Discord group, right, that's the link in the description. But it's on Patreon to where I upload Carl's calls. It's in the second section. I have a $5 tier, and then I have a $10 tier. The $10 tier includes Carl's calls, weekly dividends, weekly swing trade stocks, and all of that, which I might combine into one video. I'm not sure about that. But yeah, Carl's calls is on that tier, and we're going to keep releasing those. And I think that a lot of people have great suggestions. So it's not only on Carl to select these. I think all of the selections that they picked were really good. Like they picked PLTR. There were a number of positions that were on there that we could have still invested into, but just for Carl's calls' sake, we need to invest in one position there. So yeah, I thought that was really good. And then we'll post the overall results or the update on his portfolio, probably maybe monthly. It probably looks better if we post it monthly. And as we start to get closer to the end, we can post it more weekly or bi-weekly, depending on what it looks like. Yeah, Carl the cat. Carl is his cat. Yeah, he's the white and black one that you'll see behind me. I can show you. You're gonna get hair all over me, man. Don't get hair all over me. Ugh. Here's my cat. Here is Carl. He picks all the stocks. So yeah, 1,578 people in here. Make sure you hit that like button. That's a fat kitty. He's not actually fat. He lost a lot of weight. kind of cat is this? Yeah, my cat is Carl is amazing. I can call him. He plays fetch as well, and he licks me like a dog. It's pretty weird. So he's a great cat. There's one weird looking dog. You guys are funny. It looks like AMC is now making a little bit of a move up. So it's back, instead of being down 6%, it's now only down 5%. You and Uncle Bruce are my two most realistic YouTubers, realistic possible gains, and not just boosting a stock, but when it's down, they disappear. The live chat, they're full of facts. Thank you for saying that. You know, I appreciate that. I haven't watched anything of Uncle Bruce. I definitely need to check him out. I did see something on Trey's channel. I didn't watch his actual interview with him, I guess. But yeah, I think it'll be really good to check him out. But I appreciate you saying that. What's GME doing? GME is actually making a move back up. So we're getting closer to that $200 mark, and we might see that increase in the open. We have about 40 minutes. So yeah. We have 1,400 people in here. Continue to hit that like button. I love everybody that's hitting this like button. You guys are amazing. Bruce charges money now? Well, that's weird. Yes, Matt is all class. I tried to rough him up before, but he doesn't give in at all. Yeah, I don't. I'm glad GME is down. Personally, I don't want my fellow apes buying at a $400 share. That's absolutely true. I hate when people are stuck at buying at these positions where people are like, hey, when should I buy in? And I'm always like, you can't buy in at these high prices. You can't buy in at these high prices. Because then you get stuck at these high prices. I understand that people have to buy in order to drive the price up more, but $400 is a lot, right? Especially for just a normal new retail trader or investor, it's a lot. So I don't want people to invest at $400. I do, but I don't. I want people to invest conservatively. You know, they invest maybe at that $400 mark for like 2 shares, understand it as a possibility of coming back down, and then they lower their cost average in order to, make as much profits as they can. So instead of investing in 10 shares at $400, you invest in 2 shares at $400, or 3 shares or whatever you wanted to do. And then when that does come down to $350 or $330, you can invest more, lower that cost average, and you'll be fine. Why AMC? AMC has a lot of potential to increase. One, it's valued at less than where the actual value is. 2, you have a lot of hedge funds that are shorting the position. You have a lot of people that own the position, so it makes no sense why it is down at this point. There's a lot of potential for AMC. It's not just the fact that we're just talking about this stock for no reason at all. There's a lot of potential. Where's your video to learn how to lower your cost average? It's on my YouTube channel. It's one of the actually, let me see if I could. Let me see if I go to my content. It's one of the last regular videos that I posted, not a live stream. I don't know why my videos are not popping up at the moment. There we go. It was posted on March 11th. Yeah, it's investing for beginners, how to cost average down without spending any money. How low do you expect AMC to get today? It could possibly get to $12. And that's great. You know, obviously it gives people a point to get in, because I do still think this is going to blow up. You know, that was my birthday. Thanks, bro. Where do you think AMC is going to close today? If we see a negative day, it could be something where it closes at, you know, $1 down. So $1 down from where it closed at. So we might see it at that $13 mark. This might be that middle point, to where it does decrease to $12, but still has that ability to increase to $13. But it might end up being at that middle point. But if we see an increased day, which it doesn't look like we are going to see that, because we're down 6% in the pre-market. But the pre-market doesn't always dictate exactly what the market is going to do. So just keep that in mind. But if we see a down day, it could be at like $13. If we see an up day, you know, we could finish at, you know, $14.50, and then in the after hours market push up to $15. So I still think we could easily get to $15 this week, and easily get to $20 this week, actually, if we stay strong. The problem is that we might see this down day, and I didn't want it to come this early and kind of derail the movement, because it seems to always happens, right? We're derailing everything. Last week, we were good Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Monday, Tuesday, and I think Wednesday was the down day. And then Thursday might have been a little bit down as well, and then Friday actually ended up being, I think, up. So am I taking Carl to the moon? Hopefully he's taking me to the moon, because he's investing in the positions. Right now he's cleaning himself. I don't know what this guy's problem is. Can you answer my question about airlines? So, airlines, where do I see airlines? I invested in American Airlines way back when, and I actually made a video a while back. I think it was August, to where it was American Airlines was at $12. And I said that American Airlines would make moves, and everybody was like, no, it's over. It's not going to be something big. And it went from $12 and now sitting at $25 or $26. Well, it's now sitting at $25 in the pre-market. It's down. But I said that airlines will be big. Airlines are going to be huge, because nobody was traveling during the pandemic. You did have a couple of people that were traveling, including myself. But now you're starting to get people that are traveling, that are getting vaccinated, and it's going to be in the same form of, you know, when you see movie theaters opening, you see a lot of different things that people couldn't do, and now they can do. So airlines are going to be huge. They're going to be something that people are going to want to invest into at a massive scale, because they know what they can do with airlines now. You know, the fact that airlines were not really, you know, flying everywhere is not necessarily the best thing, but I think American Airlines is huge. AA kicked people out of their plane, even babies, for stupid reasons. Southwest Airlines all the way. I don't care what airlines it is. I know that airlines will increase in the stock price no matter what. Whether you're talking about Southwest, you're talking about American Airlines, it doesn't matter what they did to you. I just care what the price is going to do for my wallet, right? Or my bank account, I guess, because I don't keep all my money in my wallet. Yeah, so I think airlines is going to be huge. Airlines are going to be huge. The airline sector is going to be huge. We have 1,400 people in here. We have 8 people over on Twitch. Thank you for joining over on Twitch. I appreciate all of you. And we have 2 people over on TikTok, which I only have 8% battery, so it might end up shutting off soon. If it does get down to 5, I'll stop the TikTok live. But we have about a little over 30 minutes until the market opens, and I just hope we continue to see some sort of positive movement. We see this in the last 30 minutes. We may see a little bit of an increase. Typically, we see either a spike or hello from TikTok. Hello, thank you for joining. We got 1 person viewing. You were that 1 person, and I appreciate that. That's what it says. It says one person. Talk about AMC. I mean, right now we're just waiting to see what it's going to do in the open. You know, AMC is really, taking a hit at the moment. It was up 25%. It had a lot of volume. It has a lot of volume now at 3 million shares. It's just the fact that we may be seeing a lot more negative volume, a lot more shorted positions that are out there. So yeah, I think it's going to be very tough to look at this and say, what's going to happen from here on out. I want to know exactly what it does in the open. Hopefully, we see, like I said, either way, if we see a decrease, it creates an opportunity to buy. If we see an increase, obviously people are going to be happy with the fact that we see that increase. It is separating itself from the 200 EMA, which is not really the best thing possible. But we are seeing a little bit of an increase as of late, and hopefully with the last 30 minutes we continue to see that increase drive us up back to $14 or so, and then we can be close to break even, and then we can make some moves on the upswing in the open. So yeah, it may be a point to where it's an average down day. You're absolutely right. What do you think is a good entry point for MVIS? So for MVIS, I obviously loved them at 14, but you want to see them. They may take a hit today. I'm not 100% sure about that. Let's look at. So yeah, you would have been perfect investing somewhere back at the $14 mark. I think it's going to retest at 19. So it's going to continue to retest at 19, and then what's going to happen is let's go back up here. It's going to retest at 19 again, and then we'll see if it does pass that, and if it does, then we have another retest at 21, which is really good as well. I think this could be a really great position. So if you wanted to get into now, I mean, it doesn't hurt. You do want to see what the open is going to do, because if it does indicate a downtrend in any way, then you can get in at whatever the lower price is of the day. So that would be my suggestion. Is it's probably going to be above 17, but it's not going to be a bad position to get into at that moment. Disney Plus and Netflix are taking over AMC's task. So AMC is just going to get beat by others. I don't know what you mean by that. I mean, yes, I'm going to go ahead and end this. So thank you for joining on live on TikTok. I'm going to end this because my phone is absolutely dying here. So thank you for joining. I'm going to end that. Wow, got a bunch of new viewers. That's awesome. Yeah. How long will I be streaming this morning? I'm only going to stream, I stream until 10 o'clock, 30 minutes after the open, and then I do usually do a stream after the market closes, but that really depends on how much time I have. So excellent content, dude. This is so much informative than everyone else just saying we're going to the moon. Keep it up, man. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. I think everybody brings their own things to the table, but like I said, I mean, I love doing this for you guys. If you think that it's more informative, that's amazing. I appreciate you saying that, but I like watching a lot of other people as well. So again, thank you. AMC is cool. I just hope you guys are investing in other stocks. Yeah, I mean, you got to have long-term investments, and the only thing is when you see these opportunities come, they don't happen often. I mean, squeeze potential, it doesn't happen often. And yes, I would agree with you that you need to be invested in other things. You need to diversify your portfolio. I just know with positions like these where you know it's going to go up, where it's not just something that has to be fueled as a pump and dump, which you've seen in multiple cases. You've seen a lot of stocks that went from $3 or $1 up to $10. And it's like, what? What got me into trading? Kind of that fear of missing out, actually. So I got into trading when I was in college, and all the people around me were talking about investing, and I was like, I just don't see the point in that. And it was my first year of college, so I was new to the business world, to investing, and just understanding what people were talking about in the form of putting your money in different places. So I looked into it and I was like, where can I invest at? And back then I went into Scottrade, and every single platform you needed a certain amount of money in order to start investing. So Scottrade, you needed $500 in order to start investing. So you needed to deposit $500. So I did deposit $500, which kind of took all of the newer investors out of the market, which kind of sucked, because new investors don't want to put just $500 in there and, and not be able to use it, right? Especially people that didn't have as much money as like, hedge funds or whatever. So that's what got me into investing, is really that fear of missing out, because everybody else was talking about investing into Twitter, investing into whatever other position, Facebook, whatever it is. And I was just like, I'm missing out here. I need to get into this. So I decided to get into it. I got into Twitter, and it just wasn't my best investment. It wasn't my worst investment, but it wasn't my best investment, because I, for lack of a better term, paper-handed that, because I invested on the way down, not understanding what investing actually was or trading actually was. I just put money into it as the stock price was pretty high, and then it dropped down significantly. And then ended up recovering, and now it's at a point to where you would have made money, but that was such a long time ago. If I would have waited that long, it wouldn't have been worth it. Should I wait to put 1,000 in AMC for the open? It looks like it's starting to recover. So I always wait for the open. If you want to invest at this point, it doesn't hurt. But I always wait for the open. It looks like it is on the road to recovery at the moment. So you might see it get back up to where it was, at $14 or so. And seeing that means that takes away all of your chances of, buying any type of dip. This may be a dip of $13 if you could have gotten in at that point. But yeah, if you can find a dip, then take the dip. In the open, typically I'll wait when it does open and see if it is going to go down. But $13 is pretty low. If it can get back up to $14, then $13 is really low, and it'll be a good time to actually get in. It looks like GME is now making a little bit of a move up, not as much. It was at $186. So that's hilarious, because Twitter was my first stock. That's awesome. Yeah, I got into it because it was that fear of missing out for me. Everybody was talking about it. Like, hey, you're going to invest in Twitter? I never even used Twitter. I had a Twitter account, but I never used it. I didn't even set up a picture or anything. And now I still hardly use it. I would like to use it more. It's just something that I use Instagram a lot more, and I don't even use Instagram that much. So, someone asked about QMCO. Quantum? Sounds like something out of Avengers Endgame. So we see the growth here. That's huge, right? I'm not going to say that you missed the boat. This is over a number of months. So it would have been great to be able to catch the growth here, but it looks like it does test the 200 EMA multiple times. You haven't seen it retest in a while, so you might see that pullback to where it does test the 200 EMA. and then you could possibly make a move on getting in. But it does look like it has solid growth upward. I'm not going to lie that it does. Let's look at a year to date. Yeah, it does have solid growth and did pass a previous test point of like $8.33, right? So even though you did have that gap down and it decreased a heck of a lot to increasing, it did retest it and got above it. So, Jesus, you may see some good movement with this, but yeah. MySpace. We miss Tom from MySpace. That's funny. So yeah, we have 1,074 people in here with 1,200 likes. You guys are amazing for getting me to that point. We are about 22 minutes out. 22 minutes out from doing some big things here. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that joined the Discord group today. Thank you everybody for, joining the Discord group. Anybody that's interested in having these conversations is always great. And I love having, a lower amount of people. I don't want to grow it to 4,000 people or 10,000 people, because then it ends up getting overwhelming, and then you're going to need separate channels for certain people, which technically I do have now. I try and split up, the different tiers. So Profit Hands will have its own group in order to talk about Carl's calls and the weekly dividends and all of that stuff. And then we also have an AMC channel where we could talk about AMC a lot more. So yeah, I think that'll be really good. So make sure when you do go into the Discord group, you check out all the text channels that we do have. So we have the general channel, we have Profit Hands, and we have AMC. If you are a Profit Hands level, then you will get that Discord channel. But if you're not, you won't see that Discord channel. But I have to add you to the roll, which I'll have to do later today as I get into all of the detail here. So we had 5 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we had 5 people that joined today. Thank you everybody that did make that decision. If you're interested in the Discord group, it's the link in the description, the first link. Tilray and Sundial have been up. Yes, cannabis stocks have been moving in the right direction today. I don't know what ZOM is doing right now. ZOM actually moved downward, but I'm still up $122, up to $432 here. People are thinking that it's going to just test at $3 and that's it. And if that's the case, then obviously I can make a move on getting out. But I think that it could have some really good potential here and push up and double the amount of money that I gained with ZOM. Mike Horton, thank you for the $20 super chat. Did you want to ask anything? You just gave $20. I appreciate that a lot. I never met a man I didn't like until now. Who you responded to? I'm from MySpace. Why don't we reminisce about Will Rogers while we're at it? How many shares does everyone have at AMC? I have 1,750. So yeah, how many shares does everybody have in AMC? Put it in the chat. I know there's somebody in here. Jesus, I'm kicking things. There's somebody in here that has 13,000 shares of AMC, which I believe he said he or she was up $40,000. Keep up the good vibes. Thank you for the super chat. I will do that. 200 shares, 600 shares, 984 shares, 1,160 shares, 35, 900, 223, 25, 500, AMC at 100, 180, 400. So it looks like a lot of people have a decent amount of shares. Some people have a lower amount of shares looking to gain some decent profit and have it go to maybe like a, 100 or so they can gain a decent amount of money. Somebody has 2,500 shares. That's huge. 23, but as soon as it hits $12.50, I'm spending my entire $1,400 stimulus check on more. That's crazy. Just make sure you understand the situation. You have 5,000 shares at $6.72. That's amazing. That's really good. 20K, 34,000 shares. Are you just trying to throw numbers out here? Because these are ridiculous amounts of shares. I mean, you're going to make $34,000 every dollar that it goes up. That's how to simplify that. When you have a certain amount of shares, that's how much you will gain every dollar that it grows up. What's the Discord? The Discord link is in the description. It's the first link. It does cost $5, but it does cost $5. I don't know why I added an S to cost, but it does cost $5, and that limits the amount of people that can get in there that are serious about investing rather than just, trying to get a sense of where everybody is investing for free, or just spamming the chat as well. It kind of pulls people away. We did have one issue to where somebody tried to I don't know, mock who I was or create a fake account for me, which made no sense. You have 1,000 shares, 184 shares at $7.70. That is really good. That's a low cost basis. You're sitting pretty at the moment. 1,683 shares. That's huge. Your new thumbnails are so much better. Thank you. I mean, I try to do different things. Somebody told me that I should do a separate thumbnail for like lives versus my normal like videos, but I just try and make some thumbnails here and there. I need to set up a certain like type of thumbnail so when people see my thumbnail, they know that that's what they're getting. They're getting my video, not somebody else's like video. So I need to set up some sort of brand with thumbnails. It would be pretty cool if I had a co-anchor. My wife is a good co-anchor, but she's not going to do that. You plus 20K people sounding like hedge funds? Oh, so people that are over 20K, holding 20K shares, you're saying sounding like hedge funds. All right, so let's see what AMC is doing at the moment. AMC is only down to almost 3%. That's not bad. Obviously being down is not good, but GME is now at 192, so it went back down, above that 10% loss mark. Hopefully AMC can continue on the right route. But then again, if it does go down, like I said, it's not anything you need to, panic about. Hopefully we can see that crossover of the 15 moving average to the 200 EMA. That would be great. Help Matt out. He's working hard. Smash that like button. Yes, you're right. If you haven't smashed the like button, please do so. It does help out the channel a ton. Every single day that I get more and more likes, it helps out the channel with growth. Also with getting the video out there. Hey Matthew, do I have an explanation of what happened with GME? No, I mean, the only thing that I can say, I mean, there are multiple options. Mainly we could say there was manipulation, but what type of manipulation? Because typically when we see manipulation, it's across the board of all of the positions that are heavily shorted. But I think what they're doing is probably focusing on one area, and maybe they're shifting their focus to a slight bit of two. But they're probably focusing on one area like GME instead of putting all of their energy towards AMC, GME, costs, Rocket, all of the different positions that are heavily shorted. Now they're just focusing on GME. And today it may be more spread to where it goes to different positions. But yesterday they were mainly trying to drive down that GME price while also having people sell a lot of their shares. So you did have retail investors that were selling some of their positions, and I understand why. I mean, they were seeing that price go down. He said the cap for the co-anchor. I don't know about that. It is cold down here. Yeah, CCIV is going up. That's good. Looks like ZOM is actually making a little bit of a move down, down to $2.57. Let's see what's happening with CCIV. CCIV is still making a move up at $31. That's huge. Like I said, I wanted to invest in them at $20 or so. I think it was $20 even. At $20 or so, and I wanted to ride it on the way up. But I invested in Rocket, and I invested some in Zomedica, and that's where I got stuck. Now I know Zomedica is doing work, but Rocket is not doing pretty much anything besides going down, right? Why is the price going down for GME? Paper hands? No, you probably have a small portion that are paper hands, that are people that are just really scared. But then you also have maybe a portion that wants to just realize profits and stop with all of the holding. And I understand where they're coming from. Maybe they made a ton of profit out of it and they're like, you know what, I'm done with this. I understand. But then you also have manipulation. Manipulation is a big part of what's happening with GME, AMC, and all of the other heavily shorted positions. They're continuing to be shorted and naked shorted, and it's just overall being manipulated. So yeah. So that's the reason why it's going down. And someone said, I love Rocket, the company, but the stock gets no love, just runs flat all the time. I wouldn't say it runs flat. I see a lot of opportunities to lower your cost basis in multiple areas. I mean, you look at yesterday, there were so many opportunities to lower that cost basis. For me, if I could have had a little bit more money in there at that time, let's see what free stocks I get. I know that I'm not going to actually get them yet. I get 16, so I'll open that up after I talk about this. So Rocket, you had so many chances to lower your cost basis. Yes, overall it's pretty flat. It only increased 3% yesterday, and now it's up 1.5%. So we are seeing a little bit of an increase. But yes, you're right. It does stay kind of flat. But the overall movement, you can see a pretty decent movement to lower that cost basis from $31. And if you have a certain amount, you can lower it from $31 down to $26, $25. And I would love to be able to do that on stream, but haven't deposited any more money into Webull. Let's look at my free stocks and let's get those. I'm not going to be able to get those probably until next month. Well, not these as a whole. I'll probably get the ones that were cleared way back when now. ADT. Oh, we're getting ADT again. They're pushing ADT now. Ooh. Yeah, they're pushing a lot of ADT. I don't see any more AMC. We were getting AMC for a number of days, and now we're not getting it, I guess because AMC is above, the threshold where they want the lower tiered stocks to be. AMC is hovering around that $14 mark instead of the $10 to $12 mark. They like it to be around there so that they will take some of these positions and they'll give these out to a lot of people that are around $10. So for me, I've hit my stock limit. Whew. I am super tired. Ugh. You get free stocks when you sign up through Webull. I need to sign up just for that. Yeah, I mean, it's always great to get free positions. And the thing is that they always have promotions going on, a ton of promotions. So sometimes they'll have some promotions to where you can see it, like you can spin the wheel and get like new stocks, or you can deposit a certain amount and you'll get more stocks. Like they always have something going on. That's why I really love Webull. They're kind of gamifying the stock market, but you're gaining stocks while you're doing it. When you got into, I was so mad when you got into Rocket. If you go back in the old chats in the day, I said, don't do it. I knew it was going to tank, and it only went down because the CEO is going against Reddit. Yeah, I still think like the overall value of the stock, though, I understand that, you know, it could push down, right? I still think the overall value of the stock should have been above $30 easily. And with all the attention that was on it, it should have continued to grow. But you're probably right. I would agree with you that I made a mistake in investing at Rocket at that low, at that high of a price. I thought that was a low price. I thought $32 was the lowest, or getting to $30 was probably the absolute lowest that it was going to get to. But going down to $23 at one point was definitely a big hit, to where I was like, well, what did I invest into? I have to lower this cost basis, which I can lower the cost basis. It's not a problem. It's not something that I'm going to hold on to for years or hold on to for months. I'm hoping that it's going to go up. I think that it will go up. But you're probably right. How much per share will I make if I own 20K at $5? $5.50. Anyone can answer. So if you own 20K shares at $5.50, every dollar that it goes up, you will gain $20,000. So just multiply 2, by 9, so $180,000. That's how much you would make at the moment, where it is now, $180,000 if you own 20K at $5.50, and it went up to $14 and let's say 50 cents, just for round math. You would make $180,000 at that moment. Huge, absolutely huge. How you got all that money and can't do simple math? Well, sometimes it's difficult to do it, but I mean, the way that I like to look at it is, anytime you have a certain amount of shares, if it goes up $1, then you just multiply those shares by $1. It makes it so easy. Some people will be like, oh, well, how much am I going to gain? Well, it should be simple math if you just think of it that way. Tesla sure can give you $800, man. What is Tesla doing? Please do a reverse split and share buyback for GME. All right, so we have 3 minutes until the market opens. So we need to know exactly what's going to happen. 3 minutes, 3 minutes. We are at $13.66. I think we're going to see a little bit of a decrease. We are seeing a little bit of an increase here. We're going to see a little bit of a decrease in order to bring the stock price. They're going to bring it down, but we are going to see it probably increase after that, as long as it's a good day. It looks like there's a lot of things that are red, but we do have a couple of things that are green. you know, including Rocket, which I'm really happy about. I wanted to see that go up to $28 or so. But yeah. What are your options for AMC? I don't know what you mean by that. 15 viewers over on Twitch. Oh, thank you for stopping by over here. How can someone invest that much money into a stock and not do basic math? Yeah, just thought the same thing. It is a lot of money, but it's pretty basic. Some people overthink the shares and how much they can make from those shares. But I always try and simplify it with, if the fact that it gains $1, then you know you'll gain however many times those shares are. Looks like we are seeing a little bit of an increase. We got 1 minute and then we're good. No worries, Matt. Yes, check. What's check doing? Do I have it here? Hurry up before. Is check increasing? I'm seeing a decrease. It was up 100% yesterday, but I'm seeing a little bit of a decrease. But I think the market is going to be open soon, so I want to stay on AMC and GME to see how they're going to move. It looks like they're making a move back up. That's good. Love seeing GME making a move back up above $200. Let's hope we can stay above $200. Remember, I have a position in GME now, so people can stop talking that stuff about paper-handed and all that stuff. I subscribe. Thank you for keeping it real. Thank you for subscribing. You know, I appreciate any subscriber that comes through. So let's see how this moves. Right now we have AMC that opened up at $13.51. Now starting to decrease a little bit, just like I said. Let's see if it ends up pulling back after a while. So that is at $13.48 at the moment. GME is making a little bit, was making a little bit of a move, but it's still down 8% overall from close to about the price target now. It looks like it's moving a little bit slow. You don't really see a lot of movement here, which typically you will see more movement in the first 30 minutes. AMC right now is at 9.3 million shares worth of volume. We could see this go below $13, which could be a point to where you could get in. Let's see where any buy walls will be. We do have some people buying in at 1309, 1303, 15, 1320. A lot of people selling at 1328. So we got a lot of negative movement happening here. And who knows if this is going to continue. Yeah, they're hammering AMC at the moment. They are absolutely murdering AMC. It is starting to come back though. It is starting to make a move back. In this first minute, we're seeing 13 million shares worth of volume. 13.5 million shares. That's huge. I guess majority of it is negative volume. Naked shorts, people selling for some odd reason. We're gonna win. I hope we're gonna win. We got 1,279 likes in here. If you can get this up to 1,300, I know we only have 1,000 people watching, but people go in and out. So oh, it's at 5 minutes. Oh, I thought it was at 1 minute. Thank you for saying that. And you said it to 1 minute intervals. I didn't even think about that. GME is now pushing the 210 mark. That's good. Back up to down 5% instead of down 10%. AMC is starting to make a move upward. You can see the positive movement here. In the first 1 minute, you've seen 12 million shares. Right, yeah, 12.9 million shares. The second minute you've seen 1.5 million, and then right now you're seeing about 641,000. You're seeing a lot of positive volume here. It's pushing it back up. Let's see if we can get that rise out of this. Drop to $6 so I can buy in. That would be amazing for a lot of people, for it to drop that low so people can get in, and then, you know, oh geez, it's starting to come back down. So hopefully we don't see, with this, typically we could see two things with this. We could see the rise, so we see that fall and then we see an instant rise, or we could see stair stepping, which is something that we might end up seeing. I thought we would usually see 3 green candlesticks before we stair step down, but it could be the point to where we are stair stepping on the way down and they're looking to decrease those positions. It looks like we might see a down market today. Overall down market, because we have Mavis that's down, which is coming back. We have Riot that's down, Meat Tech, Tesla, Tilray is also down, taking a big hit. Roblox is up, Rocket is up barely, OCGN is up, but AMC is pushing down, about to pass the $13 mark. It's about to drop all the way down, $13. For people that ended up selling in the Discord group, they actually made a great decision. You know, they sold and looked to get in at $13. Maybe they're getting in at this point. Some people sold and looking to get in even lower than that. So I don't know exactly how low it's going to go to, but this might be it. What's CCIV doing? ZOM is taking a little bit of a hit from where it was. It's now at $2.59. It looks like CCIV is now at $31 or close to $32, up 11%. That's huge for a lot of people. CCIV, I know a lot of people that are holding this position, so seeing that is a big deal. AMC still hovering around that $13 mark. Let's see if we can continue to drive that price up. We need $15. $15 is a big deal. Profit hands. Yes, profit hands. Oh, we have 13,000 likes. Thank you guys for getting me to that point. Yeah, I think it's more than just paper hand people. Let's dial it down on the cursing, but I think it's more than paper hand people. I think it's more or less manipulation actually at its finest, and the down market. I mean, it's overall going to be a down market today. I can see it already. If we do end up recovering, that will be a great deal, but it looks like it's going to be down. Roblox is the exception. Rocket is actually doing work. You also have ZOM that's staying up, but oh my goodness, ZOM actually took a hit and starting to recover a little bit, but CCIV was making a pretty substantial move. 13%, 13.94%. It's huge. 14%. CCIV is looking pretty dang good at the moment, but just keep in mind that this 15 moving average is going to come back. So if you want to like try and find a way to sell or something, and get back to where the moving average will be and then buy back in, you'll be fine. But it's going to make a big move down. You can see that. Look at that. Look at that large candlestick. You might have some buying power. Just slashing prices for the stimulus checks tomorrow. True. If they're bringing this down, they're going to allow a lot of people to get into this. I have way too much things, way too many things over here. Whatever. I need like one of those like wall mounts for a camera. Thank you for the super chat, Charlizzy. Is that right? What will happen to CCIV when they merge? I'm not 100% sure what will happen because I haven't heard of a merger. So I just knew that CCIV was definitely a stock that was moving at the moment, way back when. Didn't hear about that. When do you think we should sell? At what low? I don't think you should ever sell at a low. You should always sell at a high. So if you are thinking about selling, saying that you're losing too much in the stock, then you shouldn't have your money in here. If you're worried about it going down that much, I do have faith in exactly where this is going to go. It can get to $15 easily. Today might just be a down day, and you have those days, but then we recover. Obviously you're seeing this as a down day. Look at this, 7%, 8%. It's huge. Now the people that did end up selling at $14, they may have made a great decision. Selling at $14 and you're able to get in at these low discounted prices. So hopefully people can get their money into the stock market quick enough in order to invest in these positions. But this is where it ends up being tricky, is being able to get your money into Webull or whatever platform you're using. GME is taking a hit. AMC is taking a hit as well. It's down to $12.77. GME is down to $183 and $186. Sorry, $187. So it is making a little bit of a move up, but it's taking a huge hit. All I know is that this could have been a really massive gain for a lot of people if they would have just held or sold out at $14 and then bought back in at these low prices, because they're going to manipulate these positions. And this is where I don't want to pull in my predictions, because a lot of times my predictions will tell you to sell at higher highs and sell at these lows. But GME is poop. AMC is where it's at. Okay. Low key at this point, just hold. Yeah, I mean, this is not people selling off. This is not people selling off. There's a lot of potential here, and we might have just hit like close to the low. And if we did hit close to the low, then that means that the high point will be close to break even. So like I said, that I think that if we did drop down a significant amount, that the low point will be $1 of a loss. So $14 down to $13 will be at our loss point. And I understand that 100%. Roblox chart is looking good. Roblox is still tricky for me because it's new to the market, and it doesn't have enough selling power right now in order to do anything. It's not showing what the true value of the price is, of the stock is. So it's tricky to get into. I wanted to get into it with a low amount of shares, but then again, I also wanted to see what the value of it is, what the true value of it is. So it looks like AMC is starting to make a move back to $13. It pulled very far away. The 15 moving average pulled so far away from this price. You knew it was going to come back to maybe the $13 mark easily. But you could also see it crossing back over the 200 EMA. So like I said, it may just be a down day. You look at all of these positions and they are down, which the market tends to be down at least one day a week. So it's not anything that's just driven based on AMC or GME. This might just physically be a down day. It looks a little bit more than what a down day is because it's probably fueled by shorting as well as just having a down day. So if we have more of a down rest of the week, that will obviously not be good for AMC to get to 20. But it could be a sale on a lot of the prices because we do believe in this stock and believe in both stocks, GME and AMC. What would you recommend? Buying the dip at for AMC? So I think the dip of today might have been that $12.55. You might see it get closer to $12, but I think that was probably where the dip is going to be. Typically in the first 30 minutes, you're going to see either a large dip or a large increase to where it will come back to earth. So something like CCIV probably came back to earth a little bit, which it did. So something that went up to $32, you're going to see a large increase and then it's going to come back to earth. A large decrease and then it's going to come back to earth. And this line, this 15 moving average, is the earth. It's coming back to that 15 moving average. Now it's not going to come back directly at this level here, where it was, but it's going to increase and move with the stock price. So if the stock price drastically increases, it's going to move up a little bit. If it drastically decreases, it's going to move, slightly up because it was up at that point, but it will start to taper off. It will start to flatten out. Only thing I believe in is GME worth $40 max. I understand where you come from financially. From a financial side, that's understandable. That's the way the stock market was thought of in the past. But this is going to be a game changer for stocks because it can be valued at a lot more. What's Tesla doing? Someone's saying, "Damn it, Tesla." No, it's not dropping down that much. I mean, it dropped down, but not a crazy amount. It dropped down a lot more than that in the past. But yeah, it's going to change the game for a lot of these stocks, these businesses, because what it's going to do is it's going to fuel these businesses so they can pay off debts, so they can change their business plan, change up a couple of things, implement a new strategy with all the hype, and then the company becomes more valuable. Just think of them as, I understand they're not financially at that point, but where they could be if they did a change. If they start to take this hype, bring it along to something else like a leading area, I don't know, in the e-commerce space or something, and then they end up being valued at a lot more. So yeah, I think that yes, it's not worth $180 at the moment, but it could be worth a lot more based on the people driving the price up, based on what the people think about the company, based on what the owners end up doing with all of the money that's driving into the company. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. All right, so it looks like AMC is making a little bit of a move back up to 13. Let's see if we can test that $13 mark. We do have a lot of sell orders that are coming in at the current prices, a little bit above at $12.90, $12.91, $92, $93, $13. We have a lot of sell orders coming in at. It's very strategic. Very well placed with a lot of these sell walls. GME is taking a little bit more of a hit at, actually it's starting to increase from this point. It was at $175. I think that's a steal. Stealing it at these prices are huge. I can buy 3 GME shares right now. It's up to you. It's really up to you. I'm not going to tell you what to do. If you feel like it's the best situation, or you feel like it will increase to $300, which I do believe it can definitely get back to $300 soon. We're just seeing a down day today, and it's a down day partnered with people selling off because it's a down day, partnered with people not buying because it is a down day, and also partnered with manipulation. So you're seeing all of that all in like one bundle of crap. I can't average up with GME, but damn, this is cheap. I know. You would be averaging up. What point did you buy in at? 100? If you did already answer that, then I'm sorry, but I'm trying to get through everything. I'm not really looking at names most cases. GME is being dumped like a bucket of something. ZOM U-turn. Yeah, ZOM is making a little bit of a move down. I think like I said, the overall market is down, so I understand why ZOM would make a move the opposite direction. Yeah, it's down 3% or 4% today, so down to a low of $2.27. that's a huge loss, right? Or a huge drop. Not a huge loss. I'm still up $81. I just was up 140, I believe. Is Omega something to be excited about? I'm very excited about it. It's something that I want to continue to look into. I understand they are dropping right now, but like the overall market, it is dropping. So I think it is something to be excited about because we have until March 30th where Trueforma is going to be released. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to be a point to where Trueforma ends up being released and the stock price goes down and all of the increase happens before it, or if we're seeing a little increase and then we'll see a massive increase when it is introduced. So I'm going to take probably the first option, and if it does increase beforehand, then I'm probably going to take that bet and get out. And I understand that it does have the possibility of skyrocketing, and that's great. But Tom released Trueforma today. What? Hold for new prods. What are you talking about? Trueforma was supposed to be released on the 30th. Is that right? Oh wow. Zom announced first commercial sale of Trueforma platform March 16th of 2021. That's interesting. Why wouldn't they wait it out, man? It might have changed a lot for me. It might have changed a lot for me. I don't like that. I wanted the buildup of the Trueforma news and have that spike because of it. So that might have changed a ton for me. I'll have to say that it's not. I was hoping to have that buildup of the Trueforma news. So no, I'm gonna say no for Zom. I don't care if it does go up, but that just derailed uh, my thoughts on this. Bothering the hell out of me now. Now it's just bothering the hell out of me. Yeah, that just derailed everything. So for Zom, I'm actually getting out of the position at a net positive, and I'm gonna try and lower my cost average on Rocket. So, and I'm taking my time getting out of this position for some reason. So I'm going to take that as a net positive, and I'm actually going to buy. So I have to wait until tomorrow in order to do some day trades, but that's what I'm going to do with the money that I had from Zom. Um, I'm so pissed about Zom. So pissed about that. Zom was going to fall either way. Well, Zom wasn't going to fall. Zom was going to increase if we did have that lengthy move with Trueforma. Good thing that you told me that. Um, I missed it. The reason why I'm getting out of Zom is because Trueforma was released early, which I didn't know about, and I wanted to see that double in price based on the news throughout March 30th. So I just got out of Zom just because it kind of derailed my overall thoughts of what was going to happen. So I'm going to put that into RKT. And yes, it could go up. I'm perfectly fine with it going up. It's just pissing me off that that derailed my thoughts. So, anyways, I'm happy to accept an $80 profit. It was only something that I was looking for a $300 profit from. So it went from, if I would have known that in the beginning of the day, I would have taken the $140 profit that I had and went from there. Just buy on oil stock. Now, I'm gonna, like I said, I have this to worry about, so I have Rocket to worry about. AMC is gonna sit perfectly fine. The overall market's down, I understand it, and I may end up finding a way to get back into ZOM if it does go lower. Just seeing it as a more of a swing trade opportunity to go from, you know, $2 or whatever. But if it does go up, like, I'm perfectly fine with it. And people hold on to your positions if you're looking to hold on to your positions, but I'm not looking to hold on to that anymore. I'm okay with an $80 profit. As for AMC, we're starting to, we were above $13, so that's a good deal. I'm happy about that. GME is now above 190. I hope that they can get above 200, which they kind of tested it a little bit, but it's a down market. Like I said, it's not going to be something that's exciting. Roblox is going off. Roblox is making a pretty substantial move at this moment. From opening at $73.73 up to $76.90. That's huge. The highest is $76.90. Right now it's at $76.32. But we could see Rocket that's made a little bit of a move upward, up to $26.93. My overall Rocket portfolio is really, high compared to, everything that I'm holding. Picked up 2K shares of AMC on the dip. That's awesome, Brad. That's awesome. That's really good. How many total shares do you have? Is this something that you sold off and bought back in, or did you add on to the amount of shares that you had? Because 2K shares, obviously at this price, pretty expensive, but you're making some good money here. From $12.55 even up to $13 is still a decent amount. We have basically 1,000 people in here. If you can continue to hit that like button, anybody that didn't hit the like button, 1,400 likes will be amazing. Just make it the same amount that the stimulus is going to be. All right, so like I said, I'll let you guys know about all this stuff. Matt, sale on Rocket. I'm telling you, or sell on Rocket. I'm telling you, don't put another dime into Rocket and stay. Yeah, I'm not. So for Rocket, what I'm doing is I'm actually going to, one, I took a profit with ZOM, so that's done. And if I do get into it again, I'll look for a lower low and get into it. But it's possible that it could go up. It's a down market today. I just bailed on ZOM because it took away my overall thoughts of what it was going to do, and that opens up my eyes for averaging down Rocket. Now, the way that I'm going to average down Rocket is not by physically putting my money in there and keeping it in there. I'm going to put it in there at whatever shares I buy in at, and then I'm going to sell at a maybe 30-cent increase so that I can lower the cost average, and then do that over and over again in order to lower that cost average down to, let's say, $26. That would be amazing. But yeah, I can easily lower that down without actually keeping my money in there. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys are interested in my Discord group, Did you call me Trey? I mean, maybe you meant to comment on his stream. I don't know if he's streaming right now, but that's going to be it for my stream. I think I have 2 minutes actually. If you guys are interested in my Discord group, make sure you hit that link in the description. It's the first link. We had a number of people join today, so I appreciate everybody that did join, and we can have some great conversations over there, whether you did join at the first level or the second level, the Profit Hands level. I can definitely see that Zom is, yeah, someone called me Trey. It's good that Zom can make a move back up. Like I said, I'm happy with taking whatever profit I could take and make my moves on Rocket. I thought I was going to be able to make moves today in order to lower that cost average. So with that $300, I'll be able to lower the cost average at least 3 times with Rocket, and we'll be able to go from there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you want to join the Discord group, it's the first link in the description. If you want Webull, there is a link down there as well. You'll get 2 free stocks if you sign up and deposit $100. I think that's it, guys. Make sure you enjoy the videos that I posted. I'm not Trey. This is like, I think now that's gonna be a joke. I don't understand. But yeah, I think that's it, guys. Thank you everybody for watching, for sticking around, for sending super chats. Anybody that did send a super chat, I appreciate all you guys. I still think Zom is good. Don't get me wrong. I still think Zom is a pretty solid play. I just think right now, like I said, it derailed everything that I thought was going to happen. So putting my money elsewhere, taking my profit and putting it somewhere else. So yeah, but yeah, everybody have a good day. Hopefully you make some money in this down market, but I'm gonna get out of here and I'll catch you guys in the next video and next stream, whatever it is.